Mike, you guys have had so few losses this year. When something like last night, is it easy to kind of chalk it up to just one of those nights in the NBA, or do you come out of a game like that with any little concerns about how you guys played or what happened there?
I think you're going to have nights like that. Guys have bad nights, teams have bad nights. But there's always lessons to be learned for our team. I mean, a lot of it is self-inflicted stuff. So concerned, I wouldn't. There's no panic, but there's stuff that we definitely need to address and work on within our team. Because we do lose games kind of in a similar manner to similar styles, and certain things hurt us, and we got to be better at attacking those on both ends.
It seems like turnovers obviously have been something for you guys all year. How do you guys go about kind of cleaning that up a little bit more so you're not giving opponents extra possessions?
Yeah, I think one thing we can do is just our spacing has to be better. We find ourselves driving into crowds and having to make miraculous passes. And with our spacing being correct, I think it makes those lanes a little bit easier. The passes are easier to be seen, and you don't fall into those turnovers. So hopefully we continue to work on that. And we had a little bit of time to do that today, but that's one thing I think we can do. And guys just taking care of the ball. Just dumb decisions here and there that we shouldn't be making, and those are all, like I said, self-inflicted.
Your defense is designed to encourage mid-ranges. When you run into guys like Embiid and SGA, who are arguably two of the 5 best mid-range shooters in the game, especially in terms of their usage, how do you split the baby on that in terms of figuring out when to encourage those shots and trying to limit that type of...
Yeah. We still encourage it because that's our defense, but we don't want to give up easy, uncontested mid-range shots. We want to contest them. We want to, make their night tough. But at some point, we have to, whether we have to adjust in a certain way or whether we have to switch a pick and roll, or we have a lot in our bag that we can do. I think, not a lot of teams in the league are going to beat us from that mid-range. You'll run into those teams every now and then, and we don't want to, like I said, panic and change what we do and our, the guts of our defense. But I think it is important to have multiple ways to attack that, and that's something we're still kind of going through as a team and going through those growing pains.
And is that the same thing in terms of Rudy? I mean, he's been so much better at expanding his range, but you don't want to get too far out on some of these things.
Yeah, you don't need to reinvent the wheel too crazy with what we have on our team, our personnel, Rudy especially, what he provides for us, his rim protection, and his ability to clog up that paint, and Jaden and Ant and everybody on the perimeter. We just individually have to be better certain games. Last night was one of those games, and I think we'll do better as we go forward.
I was already kind of leaning towards Utah, and it was just a better situation for the family and I. So it was a cool little process.
Jim Conlan, RCB Radio out of Ireland.
Hi, Mike. Mike, you mentioned about the Utah Jazz getting stronger this off-season as well in terms of improvements. How important is that coming back to the team, knowing that they're adding to what wasn't a successful season last year, given that Lakers have torn up the books, adding Westbrook, given that Drummond's gone to Philly, Lowry gone to Miami, all the big contenders have made massive moves this off-season. So how important is it for the Jazz to keep striving forwards and getting stronger?
Well, I think it's very important. I think it says a lot about what Ryan, Justin, whole management, our staff as a whole. The mindset is to chase this championship now, to try to win now, and in order to do that, you have to be willing to make moves. You have to be willing to continue to be fluid and adjust, even as the season goes on. You kind of have to do whatever it takes to give yourself the best opportunity to win. And seeing as other teams are doing the same thing, and I know that our team has been, up on the cap and stuff like that, and over the cap, and for us to still be making moves and still trying to make improvements in every area and facet, whether that's on or off the court, it's important that that they're showing that their willingness to win.
All up from Saratoga.